I wore my derecho shirt, especially talk about CH. Do you notice here that derecho shirt, the CH is capitalized? It's because he's got CH, or cerebellar hypoplasia. So before I get into the books, I'm going to talk a little bit about CH, and we have a whole bunch of pamphlets here to talk about cerebellar hypoplasia. So, again, sometimes CH is called wobbly cat syndrome. So I'm going to move actually out so that you can see, because there are a couple CH cats that are right in the view right now. All right, so what is cerebellar hypoplasia? Cerebellar hypoplasia is a disorder found in cats and dogs, which causes jerky movements, tremors, and generally uncoordinated motion, just like ataxic cerebral palsy in humans. A cat with CH often falls down and has trouble walking or cannot seem to walk at all. CH in cats is non-progressive, meaning it does not get worse with age. Cerebellar hypoplasia occurs when the cerebellum, the part of the brain which controls the fine motor skills and coordination, is not completely mature at birth or damaged. Symptoms may be noticed soon after birth. Hello, James K. Cerebellar hypoplasia is most commonly caused by the kitten's mother contracting the panleukopenia virus while pregnant. So panleukopenia is also the fancy name for distemper. All right. If the mother passes on the virus during the end of the pregnancy, the kittens may be born with CH. Kittens with CH are not infected with or carriers of the panleukopenia virus. It has only stunted their cerebellum's growth while in the womb. Cerebellar hypoplasia can also occur if a trauma, including malnutrition, occurs to the kittens while in the womb. So keep in mind that there's really two reasons for CH. So the mom having distemper is the big one, but there are some times when CH could be caused if there's a trauma that occurs while the kittens are in the womb. Okay? This is the big part that now that we know more about CH, this doesn't happen as much anymore. Hello, Rachel. Cats with cerebellar hypoplasia are often euthanized as people misunderstand the condition as being painful and or contagious. However, they have a normal life expectancy and they're very affectionate, sweet, and loving. They return the extra care they need with an intense love for and bond with their adoptive families. All right. The truth about CH cats. At this time, many veterinary and rescue professionals are still unaware of CH, and that is the truth. There's, sometimes if you go to a lot of the rural areas, they don't know as much about CH as maybe some of the areas that, deal with CH. All right. Many CH cats are needlessly euthanized before given a proper diagnosis and chance at life, making it harder for awareness about the condition to grow. Cats with CH, all right, here we go, are not in any pain, are not contagious. They have a normal life expectancy. They live happy, healthy lives. They learn to adapt their abilities and compensate over time. Actually, Anna, this isn't awful. I mean, unfortunately, it's awful that it happens, but these cats can live a happy life. Here's your example. Here's Spiker. All right. And I'm going to show you some examples. Well, I'm not going to pick them up, but I'm going to give you some examples of them. All right. CH cats can be spayed or neutered safely. They need to be indoor only and should never be declawed. That's huge because they fall so much. You want to make sure that they're not declawed. They may require no extra care or a great deal of extra care, depending upon their severity. They can be more prone to accident-related injuries, like chipped teeth or broken nails. Right? And then there's a bunch of, you could visit the following CH websites. And actually, I think there's a lot more CH websites that are actually on here now. Cerebellar hypoplasia cats and kittens, chcat.org. Yes, they have cat abilities. That's correct. There's also cerebellar hypoplasia Facebook group. You just look for CH Cat in Facebook. Life with CH Cats blog, which is lifewithchcats.com. chkittyclub.com. And then there's a YouTube video, a must-watch video. This is Charlie. All right. But there's so much more. There's a Willy Wonky on TikTok who is TikTok famous. He's a severe CH cat. And we haven't even talked about the severity levels of cerebellar hypoplasia. All right. We have mild. Cats with mild CH are very capable and require little to no extra care. All right. Symptoms are an unusual gait, maybe a high step or a waddle, occasional balance loss. They may have subtle head tremors when excited or stressed. Their abilities are walk, run, jump, and stairs. This is in mild. Special care. They really should not live outdoors. They have to be indoors. They may prefer a modified litter box with high sides. And they may prefer carpet or rugs, but not a necessity. So, who's here examples of mild CH? All right. A lot of the mild CH cats get adopted here. There's Jackie's philosophy with CH cats is that if they can use the litter box, okay, then they can be adopted out. So, Craig here has two examples of, he adopted two cats here who have mild CH. Rachel, I think Spiker is in the medium range, which we'll talk about in a second. We talked about Craig's, we got Solly, and we got Pippi. Both were here, both were mild. Another example, if you remember the cat that I bought here, which his name was Dune. All right. Yes, I saw that, Lisa. So I'm trying to think if there's really anybody who's a true mild here. I don't think so. But a lot of CH cats that were mild have been adopted out of here. Does anybody remember the very first? I think this was before Craig adopted his cats. Does anybody remember the first CH cat that was adopted through FFRC? And if Lillian is still on, she can tell me. Walter, Matt, that's a great example. Walter is an example of a mild CH cat. Now, Walter lives out in the Cove now. Fremont. Now, yeah, I thought Lorenzo was probably a little bit more medium, but that's, I don't know. But anyway, here comes Derecho. He's saying, are you talking about my favorite subject? Yes, I am the poster child. But Walter lives in the Cat's Cove now. But he's an example of a mild cat that still lives there. Now, Walter is also deaf. So, DK Weiler is correct. Wrigley was the very first CH cat that was adopted here. Now, I have to tell you, I have always loved Wrigley's name because CH, you wriggle around. He's also came from Chicago, so that's a perfect name. Yes, FFRC takes back any of their adoptions without questions or judgment. Felicity is another really, really cool CH cat. She just had a little tremble, I think. You really couldn't.
So cute.
My Jessie girl that I have at home is dead ringer for Felicity. So, all right, let's talk about moderate CH. And that's what we're seeing a lot here. So a lot of the cats that you see here are moderate. Derecho is moderate. Spiker is moderate. I would also consider Vern and Hensley. Well, yeah, Hensley moderate. And this is why I'm saying that they're in the moderate. All right. Cats with moderate CH can get around on their own, but they have limited coordination and stumble often. And I think that fits everybody we mentioned. Symptoms. They walk with their legs splayed in a wide stance. Frequent balance loss, or they fall.
So stand up and turn around and show them your picture of Derecho with his sprayed legs.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, good idea. So here's my back of my shirt.
You need to stand up a little.
Oh, all right. Is that better?
I don't know. Let me see. Yes.
Okay. So that's how Derecho walks.
Come on, go by.
Now, he's not going anywhere now, obviously. Again, if you're interested in this shirt, it's on FFRC store at Zazzle. All right. All righty. So they have frequent balance loss and falls. They have noticeable head tremors, especially when excited or stressed. All right. Their abilities, they can walk short distance, and they can be expert climbers. Now, when Derecho was younger, Derecho would climb. He'd climb up in the trees and things like that. Now, he never really did it all the time or all that, but I think he's learned that, yeah, why do I need to climb?
He's a much bigger boy now.
All right. So, and Anna, you have now led me into the next topic. We are going to talk about severe. All right. Here is an example of a severe CH cat. And we got a few of them here. Severe CH cats cannot walk on their own, and they require a great deal of special care. Okay. Symptoms: they cannot walk or stand. They flip and flop to get around. And they have constant head tremors. All right. Abilities: expert climbers in some cases, yes. Now, let me talk about the special care here. Severe cats cannot live outdoors. They may need help using the litter box. They prefer a modified litter box with high sides or pee-pee pads. All right. Prefer carpet to help grip and propel themselves forward. They may need help getting set up at their food dish. Modified furniture to protect them from getting hurt when they fall, i.e. adding bumpers. Are ideal candidates for wheelchairs, which can help improve mobility and coordination. Now,
What?
I forgot to mention the special care for moderate CH. All right, cannot live outdoors, prefer a modified litter box with high sides to support themselves against, can be messier than non-CH cats, have an easier time balancing on carpet or rugs, raised food or water dishes, and modified furniture to protect them from getting hurt. Okay, yes. So let's talk about some of the severe CH cats. We have Ramsey here, who I believe is the most severe of all of them. All right. Alma, I also believe, is severe, though Alma has also shown some abilities in the last year or so of getting around. Very, very difficult. So I kind of think that Alma is still kind of mostly severe, but Alma has really surprised us because when Alma first came here, Elma like never, ever got out of her spot. And now she will get out and move around. Another one is Lucy. And you don't see Lucy here, but Lucy I think is also severe. And she's another one that, you know, when push comes to shove.
Here's Ramsey.
Yep, there's Ramsey. All right. And Lucy, you know, when push comes to shove, but I would say the three of them are in the severe case. And we have had other severes here where they couldn't move. And, you know, some of them passed away. You guys remember Froggy? You know, Froggy was a severe CH. But I also think Froggy had other things going on. So, look at that! Did you see that? Oh my God! See, this is why we do this. Look what he did! Is that wonderful?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
He's capable.
Yes, he is! You know, that's a severe cat who really can't walk too much, but look what he did. This is why we do this for CH cats, because they have all this determination. That is just wonderful. All right. So let's read a book. It's called Trooper's Wobbly Way. And this is a true story. Again, this is called A Tale of Encouragement. All right. Oh my God. Ah, I feel so good now. That made my day. I don't know about you. Dear reader, hello, London girl. My name is Trooper, and I was born with cerebellar hypoplasia. It makes me wobble and fall over, especially when I get excited. It is hard for me to do all the things that big cats do in their daily lives. Lucky for me, I got to live with Laurie when I was a kitten. She has lots of love and patience and helped me face my challenges and discover what it truly meant to be a big cat. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm going to tell you, I don't fake any enthusiasm. It is always real. Every day is a new adventure for me. I love to explore. Laurie gets mad when I wander too far, but I know it is really because she loves me and she gets worried. I hope my story can help you discover your own special way in life, like I did. And this is Trooper's Wobbly Way. Right. This is written and illustrated by Laurie Ford, and it's a tale, T-A-I-L, of encouragement. More than anything in the world, anything else in the world, Trooper wanted to be a big cat, doing all the things that big cats do. Trooper wanted to be just like the other cats on the farm. Hello, Stacy. But Trooper wasn't just like all the other cats. Trooper was different. Thank you, Jory. We are so happy that you're here. Trooper was born with the wobbles. Everything that Trooper did was in a wobbly sort of way. Trooper tried to run, jump, and play, just like all the other cats. But she wobbled and bobbled until, whoops! Poor Trooper, Buttons cried as she ran off to look for rabbits. Yeah, and like I said, I spent so much time looking for Trooper, Trooper story online. I could not find it. Trooper tried to eat just like all the other cats, but she wobbled and bobbled until swoosh, she fell over. "Humph," muttered Forrest, sticking her tail up in the air. Stray cat strong. Oh. Trooper tried to do her business just like all the other cats, but she wobbled and bobbled until, what a mess. Good grief, groaned Tony, covering his eyes with his paw. Thank you, Tina, and thank you, Love Travels. We are really glad that you're here. The kitty on the mat is the very famous derecho. All right, unless you're talking about this mat, because you got derecho here, and then of course you had the other kitty who was just gone. But today's all about CH, so derecho is the star. Trooper even tried to chase birds, just like all the other birds, but she was just too wobbly. Chee-hee, chee-hee, chee-hee. She's trying to chase the pigeons. Again, this is the derecho shirt. You can get this on the FFRC store on Zazzle. There will never be a big cat, cried Trooper, feeling very, very sad. Suddenly, a tiny bird fell out of the tree. Oh, thank goodness, he chirped. You are not just like all the other cats. They would have surely pounced on me and broken my wings. Trooper watched the tiny bird fly away. Thank you! For the first time in her life, Trooper was glad she was different. From that day on, Trooper tried doing all the things that big cats do, in her own wobbly sort of way. Trooper knew the more she practiced, the better she would get. Trooper practiced and practiced and wobbled and bobbled until, yes, derecho is also known as D-Man, Uncle Derecho, also sometimes Uncle Recho. If you ever want to get a kick, go back to when derecho first came here in 2012 and see the video of when Jackie presented him to the camera, how tiny he was. And like I said, he was the very first CH cat here. Trooper was doing the things that big cats do. Hooray! In her own special wobbly way. Except, of course, chasing birds. And then the bird saying, "Yay, Trooper!" That summer, Squirt came to live on the farm. He wanted to do all the things that big cats do. But he was way too little. Looks a little like popcorn. Trooper remembered, it is hard trying to be like everyone else. Trooper hugged the tiny kitten, who more than anything else in the world just wanted to be a big cat, just like Trooper. And then there's a little bit about the real Trooper. Trooper was born with a neurological disorder called cerebellar hypoplasia, often referred to as wobbly kitten syndrome. It is most commonly found in feral kittens and affects their balance, motor skills, and ability to perform the common activities of a cat. Many can adapt and live happy lives, but this usually requires a caregiver and lots of love and patience. I have grown to love this kitty with all my heart. Even today, I still shed tears when I see her wobbling across the yard without a care in the world. Trooper worked hard to get where she is and is living a happy, fulfilling life as a big cat. I still can't figure out who got the best end of this deal, me or Trooper. But I don't think it would take very long to figure that one out. And this is a picture of the real-life Trooper. So, what I can't find up this looks like this was made in the USA, March 29th, 2020. So I must have gotten this book last year, but I can't find any information online about Trooper. Now, most of these other books, I can find information, the real life information. So, let's talk about Betty Tales. This is another CH cat. Okay. The true story of a brave bobblehead cat. Okay. This book is dedicated to all the pets I've loved and with who has taught me the value of unconditional love. And to Betty, a little cat with a huge heart who still brings laughter and teaches lessons about life to everyone she meets. She is still leaving paw prints on my heart. All right. Now, this was written like 10 years ago. I don't think Betty is alive anymore. I don't think, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, introduction. Betty is a disabled cat who has taught our family wonderful lessons. She taught us that disabilities do not define who a person or cat is and what he or she can accomplish. I hope you enjoy reading about Betty and her mischievous ways, and as you learn, as we did, that animals and people with disabilities are able to do amazing things, just like you can. And we all just saw something amazing, didn't we? We saw Ramsey, who really cannot walk. He had the determination to get into that. That was just amazing. I am still just beside myself. But I'm not surprised. Right? I have seen them all do just incredible things. All right, so we're going to talk about Betty. When we first met Betty, our family had 2 children, a dog, 2 cats, a ferret, 2 birds, and a dwarf hamster named Thor the Assassin. And look, Thor's got the hammer. That's that great. I came home from work one day to find my 13-year-old children waiting for me. Mom, she said, wringing her hands, I need to show you something. Okay, I said. I wondered what had made her so nervous. It's out on the patio. I just want to take care of it until we can find it a good home. I followed her into the screened room. Emily pointed and I peered over the side of the door. Oh my God. Sorry, there's a white kitten that's climbing up on me. I am not going to tell you what this kitten's name is, but it rhymes with Rockcorn. Yes, London Girl, and it's amazing because I really didn't know about CH cats until I started watching Derecho. And Derecho was like a star when he first came in, and he was always been that way. And London Girl, one of the things that really attracted me to this is the cat that I eventually adopted. His name was Gallant. And Gallant's story, if you ever want to read an unbelievable story and bravery, search for Gallant on FFRC Chatters if you have Chatters. Yeah, neither did I, Min Kitty. And you know, it's funny because when I had a CH cat at home, my vet really didn't have a lot of experience and was giving me recommendations that they didn't really agree with, you know. But that's not really their fault if they were never really exposed to CH cats, you know, because a lot of the vets still have that mentality, though, you got to euthanize them. And, you know, we're slowly turning, you know, we're turning that belief. So, all right. So let's talk about, it's out on the patio. I just want to take care of it until we can find it a good home, she said. I followed her into the screened room. Emily pointed and I peered over the side of a laundry basket. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm getting purrs in my ear. In the corner of the basket was a tiny bit of softly meowing black fluff. She was the tiniest kitten I had ever seen. She could fit in the palm of my hand. Her eyes looked confused. She was so weak, her little head bobbed up and down. I was walking home from school, Emily said. The construction workers down the block called me over to show me. They found her on the street. She was really dirty and scared. They couldn't take her home. I brought her home to save her. Mom, I gave her a bath. I'm going to call her Betty. Look at her beautiful eyes. Emily stopped to see what I would say. When I didn't answer right away, Emily added, we could give her away after she gets bigger. I looked at my little daughter. Her big blue eyes were peeking at me from under her blonde hair. She looked from the kitten to me hopefully. Sighing, I nodded and said yes. We'll have to keep her for a little bit. I went inside to call our veterinarian to find out how to take care of a kitten that tiny. The veterinarian told us how to feed her. We don't have the right food, so we went to the pet store for bottles and formula. You know, somebody just starved for attention, just to let you know. Somebody says, I'm the star. I want everybody to focus on me, not that stupid book. The poor little kitten was so hungry she attacked the bottle. We laughed as her little paws grabbed it and held on tightly. As the weeks passed and we took care of her, it grew harder and harder to think of giving her away to another family. We were still determined to find her a good home as soon as she was old enough. There was a problem, though. We were starting to love her. On her first vet visit, Betty seemed to be just like every other kitten. She passed with flying colors. At home, we giggled at her little kitten steps as she wobbled around the house. A few weeks later, we took Betty for her second visit to the vet. The doctor watched as Betty wobbled around the table, then turned to me and said, I'm sorry, but Betty is a bobblehead cat. What is that? I asked. Yeah. Well, when the mother cat is sick, it can damage the kitten. Her brain doesn't grow as much as it should. It doesn't tell her muscles what to do very well, so she couldn't use them like most cats. Some bobblehead cats can barely walk. Betty is actually lucky. She won't get better, but she won't get any worse. She'll always walk with a wobble like that, and she will never be very big. So here's Betty with the doctor, and then there's Betty with the bottle. Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Where are your shoes? On the feet.
Oh my God. Betty had been a feral cat. Feral cats are wild cats with no home other than in the woods. They live by hunting smaller animals and sometimes, if they are lucky, by the kindness of humans. Feral cats do not have regular vet visits and shots to protect them from diseases. Betty's family lived in the woods near our house until construction workers started building there. I felt sad because I realized it would be hard to find a home for her. I turned from the doctor to look at the little black kitten. Mom, we have to keep her now, Emily said. We just have to. Yes, Em, I said slowly. It wouldn't be right to give her away now. The months passed, and as Betty grew, she surprised us with her determination to do things her way. Betty walked oddly with both back legs stretched out on either side of her skinny little body to give her some support. She still lost her balance and still fell on her side a lot. She always got a look on her face that said, I meant to do that. And then she just got up again. We lived in a 2-story house. The steps to the second floor were tall and carpeted. You're not going to jump on... Oh, look at her. Let me put my hand up because you know she's going to jump. silly cat. Yeah, she's something else. Right. No, there she goes. We lived in a 2-story house. The steps to the second floor were tall and carpeted. At first, we carried Betty up or down the steps. We wanted her with us whenever we were in the house. It wasn't long, though, before Betty hissed and growled when we picked her up to travel the stairs. She insisted on rolling down. She would thump and bump her way to the first floor, then prance around at the bottom. Her attitude said, "See? I knew I could do it. You don't have to carry me." Here's our little pictures of Betty. For the trip up the stairs, she dug her claws into the carpet. Now, Anna, she's not albino. She's got blue eyes. If she was truly albino, she'd have pink eyes. So, no. For the trip up the stairs, she would dig her claws into the carpet. She pulled herself up all 2 flights, 1 step at a time. It was painful for us to watch. We wanted to help, but she was insistent and determined to do it her way. We had to let her. Sweetie and Garbo, our 2 older cats, liked to perch on the dresser or bathroom counter. They peered down at Betty like she was in a zoo. They weren't too happy. Betty wanted to play all the time, and they didn't. They looked at me as if to ask how I could have another cat live in our house. Betty made sure they knew she was really the cat in charge. They quickly learned they could not just jump up on things to get away from her, and did so. They quickly learned that they could just jump up on things to get away from her, and did so often. Betty could not jump up to follow them. So there's Betty going up the steps, and there's Betty realizing that she could not jump up and get the older cats. Yes, Nugget was a character. Every now and then another cat dared to walk through our yard when Betty was out the window watching birds. Betty's tail puffed out. She jumped up to fight with her legs spread. We heard her hissing all over the house. It's a good thing she couldn't get outside. Even though the ceiling fan was high above her, Betty was afraid of it and ducked her head whenever she walked into the room. Because Betty couldn't run like most cats, she hopped and jumped to get to safety under the coffee table. She must have thought the fan was a bird ready to swoop down and snatch her. She was more curious than most other cats because she knew she couldn't get away quickly. That never stopped her from exploring, though. She was just careful about it. When I napped on the couch, Betty liked to climb under my legs. She poked her head out of the hole in my favorite blanket to keep an eye out on that fan. She liked to spy on the other cats, too. So you'll see that here is Betty, hissing at the other cat who had made the unfortunate decision to walk by me. And then here is Betty, afraid of the fan. Coralie was just out, Stacy. I mean, I'm sure she's sleeping again, but she was out about half an hour ago, 45 minutes. Whenever the weather turned cooler, I like to sit out front on the patio chairs and enjoy our little garden. If I sat still enough, birds came and played in the bathroom, bird bath, close to me. Betty wasn't sure she liked going outside. At first, she'd cling to my shirt with her claws. She ducked her head under my chin. After a while, Betty realized she was protected in my arms. Once she knew she was safe, she sat across my lap while I scratched her neck behind her ears. Betty watched everything that moved. When a breeze blew the leaves, she never knew where to look first. There were so many things. There were too many things moving. Her little nose would just go up in the air to catch the scents of the wind. If a blue jay came to the bird bath, Betty froze. She looked like she was planning to leap off my lap and grab that big old bird for dinner. Once Betty was sitting on top of the chair in the front window, watching the bird bath outside. It was full of sparrows splashing around in the bath like a public pool. A red-headed woodpecker perched on the side and watched. He looked like he was a lifeguard protecting all the little birdies. Betty's eyes never moved as she stared at all those birds. Her jaw moved up and down as if she'd already caught one and was enjoying an afternoon snack. She would never be able to really catch one, but she liked acting as if she could. Do you like how Betty is drawn like a Dr. Seuss character? Isn't that cool? When it was cold, Betty liked to sleep on my bed, but she had strict rules. For example, I was not allowed to pick her up and put her on the bed. She had to claw her way up the side of the bed. Once up, she growled and stumbled over to the space I made for her by my knees. I was allowed to pet her once or twice. If I tried to pet her more than that, she growled again and hissed. If I dared to turn over, sometimes she stayed. Other times, she acted like that was just too much to bear. Growling and complaining, Betty would head for the foot of the bed. I was not allowed to pet her, put her on the floor. She insisted on leaping off like a flying superhero. Are we getting a theme here about the determination of these kitties? Betty has taught our family a lot about living with a disability. She has taught us that determination, persistence, and independence are very important. Good night, Rachel. Thank you for staying. She has taught us to speak up for ourselves when we would rather not do something. She has taught us to be proud of what we could do and not to think too hard about the things we couldn't. She has taught us that even though her body doesn't work exactly like a cat's body is supposed to work, her brain and heart still do. Betty is older now. The doctor was right. She is still a little cat. But Betty is still very much the cat in charge and still teaching us important lessons. And here is a real-life picture of Betty. Do you notice she's got the splayed legs? So I have a feeling that she's almost certainly a medium CH cat. All right, so let me see what Craig sent. Oh, you know what, Craig? Now I remember this. Craig basically sent a picture of the Capable and Happy book that FFRC had. I don't think I got a chance to see that. I mean, I saw it, but I'll have to see if she has a copy that I can read here. So, all right. Anybody have any questions about CH? I'm going to start reading The Rachel Learns to Fly. And unfortunately, the star of the show has decided that he is just too popular. And Jory, check with Jackie here, because we have a lot of extra copies. I bought like 10 copies of these, and I started giving them out, and I know there's a few extra copies here. So Jackie might possibly send you one. All right, Rachel Learns to Fly. The day was May 16th, 2020. And for one FFRC resident, it was a special day. It was Derecho's 8th birthday. To FFRC, D-Man is like an uncle and friend to all the cats and kitties. He is also like the chief. Next to Mama Jackie. In this story, Derecho receives the most amazing gifts from some supporters. Yeah, she might have let me. I just don't remember, but I do remember the book cover now. He receives a gift certificate for flying lessons. Just think, Derecho was a pilot of the airlines. Stick around and let's see how well he does with Magic as his co-pilot. It was the week following Derecho's birthday, and he was very excited about learning to fly. He and Magic were talking about it. Wow, D-Man, you were one lucky guy. What do you mean? Asked Derecho. You get to learn to fly. That's awesome. I would love to have that opportunity. I am amazed that you received flying lessons from some of our FFRC supporters. Yeah. Yes, London Girl, you are absolutely correct. Dogs can get CH as well. And there is a dog with CH on TikTok, and I don't remember what his name is, but yes, absolutely. I'm amazed that you received flying lessons from some of our FFRC supporters. Well, maybe you could go with me and be my co-pilot, said Derecho. Are you serious? Asked Magic. Absolutely. It will be a blast, he said. It sure will. It will be kind of like being DJs. How's up? Asked Derecho. I'm sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Oh, thank you, Ms. M. Yes, it was very nice. Tori, I don't think it's very common, but I don't think it's rare either. You know. Picture it, D-Man, you and I in the cockpit together, all strapped in with headphones on, just like in our DJ gig. We could communicate with the control tower. This is Flight 312 requesting clearance for takeoff, said Magic. Derecho pretended to be the control tower and responded, cleared for takeoff on runway 19er, Flight 312. They both laughed, just thinking about how much fun it would be to take to the friendly skies. How does Mama Jackie? Yes, Stevie, that's right. I remember Stevie. Yes, Air Power, and again, this is you can buy this on Zazzle. You know, just look for the FFRC shop. How does Mama Jackie feel about you learning to fly? Asked Magic. I don't know. I didn't ask her. Why, are you a chicken? Yup. Not only do I love chicken, but I am a chicken. She might not like this idea, he said. Nope, this was written especially for Derecho. Here, and that's Derecho, and that's Magic. Yeah. For some reason, you know, I can only point the opposite way. Let me see where if Derecho or Magic
It is that way.
Okay. Yeah, I see Derecho. Derecho is ready for bed. And I don't see Magic. So they must be up and away. Go ahead. Put your big boy pants on. You'll be with someone incredibly experienced, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime. It will be fun, said Magic. Okay, I'll go ask her. He made his way to Mama Jackie's office where she was working. Hi, Derecho. How's my big guy? She asked. I'm good. I have something to ask you. Okay, go ahead, she said. How do you feel about me learning to fly? He asked. Oh, I see. Your birthday. You must be referring to the gift of flying lessons you received for your birthday. Yes, are you okay with it? He asked. Yes, this is Cindy's. Yeah, this is the book that Cindy wrote. She sighed and said, "Well, not really, but it was a wonderful gesture, and it will be a great opportunity for you. It is good with me as long as you promise to do everything the instructor tells you, and be careful. I promise, said Derecho. Is it okay if Magic comes along as my co-pilot? Please? Anna, no, I don't think there is a definitive way, because you don't really see it until shortly after, when the cat starts developing. Now, I think that you can identify the risks, especially if they have the panleukemia, I guess that will be all right, Mama Jackie said. Thanks! He gave her a big hug and went to tell Magic. He was so excited. He made his way back to the main area and showed him playing fetch with Barb, one of the volunteers. Hey, Barb, you're in this book! Yeah! Hey, Magic, she said. Yes, really, he replied. You sound surprised, said Derecho. You were the one that said to ask her. Well, yes, I did. I just thought with her being a mama and you being one of her baby boys, she would be a bit hesitant, said Magic. Oh, she was. But I had to promise to follow the instructor and to be careful. She said it would be a great opportunity. I also asked if you could come along as my co-pilot, and she agreed. That's fantastic, said Magic. Later that afternoon, when all of the residents were having their dinner, they shared their news. Coralie looked at them and asked, Do you need a new hairdo? Everybody laughed because now that she was a licensed cosmetologist, she loved helping out. You would have to look your best when you take to the sky, she said. Are you nervous? Asked Spiker. Not really. At least not at the moment, said Derecho. You're not going to toss your breakfast when you get to 10,000 feet, are you, D-Man? Asked Vernon. Very funny. I hope not, he said. When is your first lesson? Asked Zelda. Moment of silence for Zelda. We haven't scheduled it yet, said Magic. We should do that right away. Come on, D-Man. Let's go make a call. They went to Lynette's desk and dialed the phone number on the gift certificate. It was Defiance Memorial Airport. It was located approximately 11 miles from FFRC. He dialed the number and waited for someone to answer. Ring, 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 ring. Good afternoon, Defiance Memorial Airport. How may I help you? Hello, this is Derecho and Magic from FFRC. Derecho received the gift certificate for flying lessons, and we would like to schedule, please. Okay, please hold 1 minute. The agent placed Magic on hold, and while he listened to a very interesting commercial. It was the type of commercial that just got the wheels turning in his head. What's that look for? I don't like it. He means you're planning something, said Derecho. Just then the agent came back on the line. Hello, sir. Thank you for holding. We have tomorrow open at 10 a.m. if you would like. We'll take it, he said. May I have your names again, please? Sure. It's Derecho and Magic, and we are at FFRC in Defiance. Oh, hey, I know that place. I heard the most wonderful things about FFRC. Are you the ones with the DJ Magic and D-Man radio show? Asked the agent. That's us, he said. I look forward to meeting you both and love the show. Well, thank you. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. You have a wonderful night. He hung up the phone and said, Wow, this is going to be amazing. What happened? Asked Derecho. The person on the phone knows who we are from our radio show and is looking forward to meeting us. That's awesome, sounded Derecho. They went back after finishing the dinner and went to Mama Jackie's computer. Yes. He typed it into the search box. Oh, wait a minute. Why are we looking? What are we looking for? Asked Rachel. We are brushing off on our airline lingo, D-Man. He typed it into the search box, and up popped websites how to talk like an airline pilot. Listen to this. Maintain 170 knots. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Turn left heading 230. What does that mean? Asked Rachel. In layman's terms, it means fly a speed of 170 knots, descend, then level off at 8,000 feet. Then turn the aircraft to a magnetic heading of 230 degrees. Geez, that's a mouthful, said Rachel. Roger that. We sure have a lot to learn, chuckled Magic. Hey, what was that look on your face earlier when you were on hold? I could see the wheels turning in that brain of yours, said Rachel. Oh, that? There was an interesting commercial about flying to Disney World, and it gave me an idea, said Magic. Rachel put his paws on his ears. No, I don't want to hear it. La, 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 la. You haven't heard the idea, said Magic. You haven't even heard the idea, said. Oh, sorry. Proceed. I figure once we get trained, we could rent a small plane and fly all of us to Disney World while Mama Jack is on vacation, like I said before. Rachel put his paws in his ears and pretended he didn't hear him. Oh, come on, D-Man. It was just a thought, said Magic. Just a thought? Just a thought? A thought would be, I think I'll go get a few snackers. Or I thought would be, I think I'll go take a nap. A thought is, let's rent a plane and fly to Disney World. Easy, D-Man. You're getting excited. Relax. I just figured last year's Splash Park this year, a little something different. It was just a little food for thought, said Magic. A little food for thought was my birthday snack from Annie Connie, said Rachel. They continued checking out airline lingo online so they could have some sort of idea of what the instructor was talking about. They went and grabbed the headphones they use on the radio show. They put them on and practiced pilots talk to each other. Cleared to cross runway 27, fly heading 230, said Magic. Runway 27 left cleared for takeoff, said Rachel. After about an hour, they got tired and called it a night. They went to their beds and fell fast asleep. The next morning at breakfast, Rachel and Magic were very excited. They were waiting for Papa Steve to come downstairs so they could ask him for a ride to the airport. They could ask Mama Jackie, but this was more of a man thing. Besides, she was really busy today with adoptions. Are you ready for takeoff, D-Man? Ready. I just can't believe we're going to learn to fly, said Rachel. Careful not to eat too much. You don't want to get sick in mid-flight, said Magic. A little while later, Papa Steve came downstairs, so they pulled him aside and asked him if they could give him a ride to the airport. He said he would be happy to. You have to be there at 10 o'clock, said Rachel. We can't be late. No problem. Just be ready to leave by 9:15, said Papa Steve. Thank you, we appreciate it, they said. Well, what should we do now? We still have a couple of hours, said Rachel. We can learn what the buttons are for on the control board in the cockpit, said Magic. They went to Mama Jackie's office and went on the computer. Let's see, Magic typed in the search box. What are all the buttons in a cockpit? He pressed enter and hundreds of websites popped up. He clicked on a site and a simulated cockpit dashboard opened. Cool. Check it out, D-Man. This one gives a description of each and every button and lever. Wow. There sure are a lot of buttons, said Rachel. The lever right here is the throttle. It controls the engine power output. And this mini joystick is for a flying automatic. I lost my thought. Now, this sets the course, speed, and altitude. What's that one do? Asked Rachel. It says that button is for the flaps, and this one is for the landing gear, said Magic. I think the joystick is cool. It reminds me of playing a video game, said Rachel. Yeah, except in this case, you had to do it right the first time, said Veg. Before they knew it, it was time to leave. They went out front and waited for Papa Steve. Yes. A few minutes later, he came out through the main door and said, "Ready, guys, we are ready." They went to tell Mama Jackie that they were leaving. She gave them a quick pep talk about being careful and following everything the instructor tells them, and then she gave them a big hug and kiss and said to have a good time. The three of them hopped into the truck and headed for the airport. So it is just about 8:30, and we got a lot to go here. So we are going to stop it here, and next week we are going to continue it. And look, I am going to be using the ultimate bookmark, the CH Cats. So I think today's been a lot of fun. You know, we learned about CH. You know, most of us knew a lot about it, but I think everybody understands that, you know, CH, you know, doesn't mean that, you know, it's not a death sentence, and they can live a long, healthy life. Thank you, Craig, and thank you, everybody. All right. Let me get up here. So I'm going to make sure I keep the derecho book, learn supply book, in the car so that I bring it next week. Oh, thank you, Norma. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I don't know if Barb left or not. So, all right, everybody. Thank you. Bye, guys.